Hey guys, Morgan Rate Builder here again with another set of kit completions. We're going to do a little bit different this time and do two kits at once. They will both be gyms, but a couple of different gyms in themselves. So let's see what we've got here on the rotating platform. Alright, so be looking here at kit completions for the RGM 79 Gym G ground type, and then as well as that the RGM 79 SP Gym Sniper 2, the White Dingo custom suit. I have not done panel lining on either one of these or anything crazy like that. I haven't painted the gun for the sniper yet. That's going to be coming in the future at some point, but I've had a couple other things I needed to get done, and I needed to get these kits knocked out with some couple of new large kits coming in that I really want to work on, so those will be probably top priority once they get here on unboxings and building and all that fun stuff. So we'll get into what we've got here though with these two kits, and then we'll move on to see what else is going on for the day. But I did want to knock out this video and get these out here so you guys have some idea on these couple of kits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sniper out for now. We'll cover just the regular gym ground type first, and then we'll come back to the sniper. So alright, let's make sure we got it. There we go. Got some good lighting on it now. If it's a little too bright, sorry. Kind of a little bit weird with the color of this kit. So I know it looks relatively white. It's in all reality almost tan with the orange. So I mean, it's a really good color combination on this kit. It was very, very easy to build, as most gym kits are. So without too much further, we'll move into it. I did not build the extra weapons for this kit, partially because I plan on kit bashing this one, so I'll probably do some painting on those. So I didn't panel line, I didn't build anything extra outside of just a couple of things to show you guys with it. I will tell you, it does come with a standard beam rifle like that one. Along with a standard machine gun rifle like this one. And then it also comes with the same sniper rifle that you'll see with the Gym Sniper 2 White Dingo Custom when I pull it up. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But other than that, it comes with this awesome, I guess, 6-port rocket launcher, because there's 6 rockets in it. 2 beam sabers and a shield, just the standard gym shield. This kit was, again, really, really easy to build. The beam sabers, like most gyms, go down here in the leg pockets, so there is one in the other one. Obviously, he's holding the one. There are extra magazines for the machine gun, one on each side. So we'll get into a little bit more on this one. I'll pull the rocket launcher off, show you guys kind of how that goes. Each one of these pods, if I can get them off of here, has 2 little ports that come off, and each side one of those ports, inside of each one of those is a small rocket. So there's 6 rockets loaded in here. They do give you a 4th pod, so you can build all 4 of them. I don't know where you'd store the last one, but I mean, it's a nifty little rocket launcher. If you happen to have a gym ground type from 08th team with the backpack, there is directions. These do come apart. Each one of them comes off. There are directions on how to take the pod apart and actually store it inside of the backpack for the ground types from 08th teams. So that's kind of a neat little feature. Otherwise, it's just a cool little rocket launcher and an awesome weapon to have. So I'm sure that'll get used somewhere, even if it's not in the kit bash that I end up doing with this model. Outside of that, again, 2 standard beam sabers. It does come with the red saber, so if you were hoping for a different color, buy a different kit. Unfortunately, like about 90% of the beam sabers that I have are this same red or the slightly lighter pink version. Not even sure I actually have any of them that are the green, which is the color I would love to have for them. So as standard with most of these, storage for the beam sabers is real easy. Drop it down into the leg, push it up into the holding area, and shut the panel over it. So the shield is again just real generic. One spot to place it on the arm if you want to place it onto the arm. Otherwise, it pops out, has a little handle so they can hold it if you want them holding it, and that will fold back down as well. I will tell you the folding part on this is a little stiff, at least on mine, so it doesn't quite like to fold all the way in, but I'm not sure that's going to be much of an issue. I don't really plan on using the shield for the kit bash, so there's that. Alright, on to the actual mobile suit itself. So this is, neat little gem. It's got the little pop-up thing that I believe was a flashlight on the 08th team version of this. It does have an openable hatch with a small pilot inside. Other than that, articulation on this kit's pretty good. The shoulder pieces are a little loose, at least on one of the 2 sides for mine. I may try and find a way to tighten those up a little bit, but, full arm articulation's no problem. The arms and legs are all on ball joints. All the typical articulation you'd expect for a master grade all through there. So they are 3-finger pieces. So you got your standard last 3 fingers all attached, along with a trigger finger and a thumb that are separate. So the leg articulation is pretty normal, pretty much all the way as far forward as you want. The sideways one's not quite as good, partially because the side skirt only goes up about that far. So you can get the leg up a little ways, but not much. Part of it's also because the ball joint in here, the actual ball on it, is attached in the crotch area versus off of the leg. The leg just literally has a poly cap in it to hold it on. So those don't have a whole lot of outside articulation, but they do have some forward and backward rotation. So you can kind of move them around a little bit more than you would expect. So, I mean, it still works out pretty nicely. You've still got a double jointed leg, though it does have a small lock-in piece here. So when you pull them forward, they'll kind of click into place if you do it right. And then they'll bend all the way through. Typical, maybe a little less than some master grades, but I mean, it's a good bend either way. So I think it's more than enough for what I expected for it, especially for it being a gym kit. I will tell you to be careful when you are moving the legs around. The back piece for the color separation here for the 3 ground stabilizers on the knees will push back, and you can push them out of place while they're in there. The pieces won't actually come out, but they will go back in a ways, and then you got to try and find something to stick in there to push it back forward. So you're typical for the front skirts. Again, the side skirts only go up so far, but they do rotate forward and backwards. And the back skirt doesn't rotate or move at all. It's just stationary on this one completely. So we will move around to the back of this mobile suit though real quick. It's a pretty standard backpack. It does have the same peg setup that the ground type for 08th team does. So you can switch out the backpack on here with the backpack from the 08 team model. Also with that, this one does have verniers in the bottom. They do slide forward and back, at least a little bit, not real far, but they do slide forward and back some. So other than that, there's not a whole lot to this model. It's a real basic head, no antenna or anything crazy like that on it. It will rotate about that far before it gets real stiff. I'm not really trying to push it any farther than that. I don't think it's designed to rotate much farther than that. Standard up and down, side to side a little bit, not much. So there's not a ton of extra movement on this one. So, I mean, there is that, but it was a fun kit to build. It didn't take a whole lot of time to build, so if you're looking for a good grunt suit, if you like the color orange, or if you're just looking for something you can paint anyways, it's probably not a bad kit to pick up. It wasn't real expensive, especially if you're trying to get a whole bunch of them. So if you're looking for that 1/100 size grunt suits in mass, probably not a bad kit. So that's about it for this kit. So we'll move this one out of the way, and we'll bring the White Dingo Sniper back in. I may have to readjust light here just a little bit, but we'll find out here in just a second. I'm going to see how the lighting looks on this before I decide if I'm going to readjust it or not. Now the lighting looks pretty good on that, so we'll keep it there. Again, this kit comes with a full assortment of weapons, and I mean full. So along with what you see there, the large beam sniper rifle, it's got really kind of a minimalist shield. It does have a connection point for the arm, and it's also got, like the standard gym sniper, a drop down piece to have it stand up by itself if you want to use it kind of to block one side of the mobile suit or something. If you're trying to use it in a diorama or trying to set up like a little battle scene or something like that, it will stand up, so you can use it as kind of a blocker on one side, or you can attach it to his arm if you want. I'm not a huge fan of having it attached to his arm while he's holding the rifle. I just don't think it's a real good look, unfortunately. So outside of that, though, I mean, it's a nice little shield. It doesn't really have any significant extra pieces to it like the other one does, where it'll hold magazines or anything like that. So with that, it again comes with the standard beam rifle and a standard machine gun rifle that most gyms end up coming with. And then on top of that, it comes with this little machine gun, which I believe is supposed to be a beam machine gun pistol of some sort. And it comes with this outrageously large bazooka. I'm not entirely sure why they included all of these with this kit. I think it's just that they needed the riser that a lot of them were on for some parts for the kit. I believe that riser actually came out of one of the riser sets that they were doing for the other two White Dingo custom suits, which hopefully I will be getting at some point and reviewing those as well. For now, we'll pull the beam rifle off. As I said, this specific beam sniper rifle is also included in that other kit that I just reviewed, the tan and orange gym ground type. It is different from the standard Gym Sniper 2 beam rifle. Not a whole lot different, but at least a little bit. It's kind of a bulky beam rifle. I think it looks nice. It's got a little bit of movability to it, so not a whole lot, but it's a nice looking rifle. They do give you a little jewel eye to put in the sight for it, so that's kind of neat. Other than that, it's just kind of a standard beam rifle. Like I said, I have the other one still on the riser, as I'll probably paint the other one, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do with this one, so we'll go from there. Okay, so this is a P-Bandai kit. This is not your standard gym kit. This one is actually designated from P-Bandai, so this one has some extra gimmicky things with it. it has all individual fingers on both hands. Now, it does come with a set of hands that are stationary, but when they're giving you individual fingers, I don't know why you'd ever use those. So, again, the head on this one is stiff, so it doesn't turn real easy, though it does turn. This one, whoops, and that's why you got to be careful with things. So let me get that back together real quick. There we go. So again, the head doesn't turn super easy. Part of it might just be the polycap's tight. So this one has some extra stuff on the side of the head that even the regular Sniper 2 didn't have. Still got the antenna. It's got the drop-down lens in the front, so that's nice. This one, let's see. I think that's about it for the head on this one. This one does have some outrageously jointed shoulders. We'll drop the shoulder armor down. Just like the regular Gym Sniper, it's got these really nice, like 4 or 5 piece ball jointed shoulders, so you can rotate them in and out and up and down and all over the place, really to get a good feel for where the arms go for when you're holding the sniper rifle, being as it's kind of a bear to hold and pose outright. So thankfully I hadn't really gotten myself a good pose for this one yet, so it wasn't as big of a deal to take the rifle back out of the hands and go from there. So you've got all your standard full rotations, though. Everywhere else you've got elbow joints that are outrageously extensive on how far you can bend them, and actually if the rest of this wasn't here, it will bend the rest of the way as well. So they put some nice little gimmicky parts in the back to make it look pretty. There you go. That one bends up the rest of the way, and then it can keep going. So they did a really good job with this kit. Again, I haven't panel lined it yet. I'm kind of back and forth on whether I want to panel line it in gray or black or blue, so it's kind of one of those really, I don't know what I want to panel line it in yet colors. So we will eventually get there. The last piece about the head that I did forget to mention is that it does have that slight bump forward in the actual neck, just like the regular Gym Sniper 2. So that's kind of a nice feature, especially when you're trying to really get the head into a specific position for a pose. It does help out quite a bit. Onto the backpack, though. Over under vernier, which is kind of a neat look for it. I haven't seen another kit like that. It does have a little bit of rotation in these side vents, I guess. Not really verniers, so I'm guessing they're cooling vents. It does come with 2 standard beam sabers. They are stored here on the back of the skirt, so that's a little different, but kind of I think I've seen that on another model kit somewhere. I don't remember which one though. So other than that, we'll raise the arms up so we can get some more articulation in on the legs. The side skirts on this one do not hold magazines of any type, though they look like they do. They don't actually have anything there to hold. The legs on this one are different, though. They are jointed at the top of the leg and then pegged into the waist. So these ones you can go all the way up on the side if you want. And then the only thing stopping you from going up very far in the front is the skirt there, which has a nice double, it's got a peg and a rotate joint there, so the legs will again go pretty much all the way up forward. As for back, again, they're stuck where the skirt's stuck, so you are a little out of luck on that. Double jointed knees, so you can literally do a complete bend there all the way to the plastic to plastic. The feet on this one have all kinds of joints in them as well, though. So the feet have a joint at the heel that bends a little bit. They've got a joint at the toe that bends a little bit. and then they've got your standard center foot joint that bends a little bit. It bends a little bit more when the ankle skirt's not pressed up against it, so you can really get just about any type of rotation on that foot, really any kind of standing position on the foot as well. So it'll be nice if you're trying to put it down on one knee and have, it just kind of sitting just on that toe. You can kind of do that, and really almost any other position you could ever want to put the feet in. It does have a small cockpit opening up in here, though. I noticed when I put it together, it's a real pain to try and get open, so I'm not going to bother trying to open it, as I pretty much pose almost none of my models with the cockpit open. Anyway, so from there, there's not a whole lot else to this model. Like I said, it comes with an outrageous amount of weapons, so if you're looking for something with extra weapons, this would be a great kit, though I will tell you, as it's a P-Bandai kits, and I don't believe this one's in production anymore, though they did start production on the other two White Dingo kits. I'm hoping they may reproduce this one, depending on their sales on that, so I would absolutely love it if they get around to just going ahead and reproducing this one. As much trouble as I had to find it, I think there'd be a lot of people that would really enjoy this kit. If you're back and forth on getting the regular Sniper 2 or this White Dingo Custom, and you can manage to find the White Dingo Custom, I would go ahead and go that way with it. So it's, again, a really nice kit, really fun to build. This one definitely took me longer than that regular Jim did, so there is that, which, I mean, I really enjoy when the kit's a little bit longer of a build. I did forget to say there is a little bit of waist turn, so it's got a separated waist joint, so there's a platform and then there's another piece above it that will go ahead and turn. You can kind of see it from this angle that there's a platform, and then right above it's a rotating part, so that's kind of a neat little extra feature for that. Otherwise, I mean, again, a really fun kit to build. I would most definitely recommend this kit to anybody, especially anyone that's big into sniper kits or long rifles. It's just a whole lot of fun to build. So eventually, once I get it panel lined, I might do another review on it. Panel lined, the gun paint, the long rifle painted, and him set up into like a really nice pose or something. Even if I don't do another review, I will at least get some photos posted, so you'll see those eventually in the future. So otherwise, I don't have a whole lot else. So hopefully a little later this week, I'll be putting out another shipment day video. Unfortunately, I won't be building a whole lot this weekend due to some other things happening that I'll talk about probably in the shipment day video. So if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. If you like the video, hit like. If you dislike the video, then hit dislike. Always feel free to leave comments. I do appreciate them. I do read every single comment that gets left, so power on through those. I love the comments and all that, so I guess until next time, this is Morgan Rate Builder, and I will see you guys later.